Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're talking about hope, but maybe not how you usually think about it.
Right. Not just a fuzzy feeling. We're looking at it as a real performance tool.
Exactly, like a multiplier for high achievers. Think business leaders, coaches, top athletes.
We're drawing on some solid research here, primarily Dr. Shane Lopez's work, and also practical insights from Coach Ed Padalecki's A Playbook for High Performers.
Our mission today is basically to unpack the science behind hope, understand it.
And see how you can actually develop it as a skill to drive future success. It's not just something you have or don't have.
Okay, let's get into it. Coach P's playbook really builds on Dr. Lopez's framework. 3 core parts to hope. First up, a clear goal.
Absolutely essential. Hope needs a destination. Coach Padalecki calls it clarity of vision. You need to know where you're going to take, well, meaningful action.
Makes sense. Otherwise, what are you hoping for? So maybe take a second now and think. What's your biggest goal? The main target.
Got that. Good. Because the second piece is agency.
Agency, meaning the belief that you can actually do something about reaching that goal.
Precisely. It's that conviction in your own power. Coach P really stresses this. High performers don't wait for things to happen. They make them happen. They believe they're in the driver's seat.
So it's an active thing. How strong is that belief for you right now regarding that goal you just thought of? Do you truly feel you can influence the outcome?
And that leads directly to the third component, pathways.
Ah, the how. Because life throws curveballs, the path is never just a straight line.
Exactly. It's about unwavering adaptability. Coach Padalecki points out that the best performers, they always have multiple routes in mind. Plan A is great, but what happens when it hits a snag?
They pivot. They don't just stop.
Right. They've already thought about plan B, plan C, maybe even D.
Mhm.
So for your goal, what are those alternate routes? Do you have backup plans?
Okay, so goal, agency, pathways, that's the core framework. Now, Coach P really connects this to the mental game, especially in sports psychology. He talks about mental toughness.
And this is fascinating. Hope actually helps you bounce back faster from setbacks. When you have that goal, clarity, that agency, and those pathways.
A failure feels less like the end of the world.
Exactly. More like a detour or data. Dr. Lopez's research supports this. Hopeful people see failures as specific, temporary things to learn from, not as proof they can't succeed.
And that must feed directly into confidence, especially under pressure.
Absolutely. If you genuinely believe you have the goal, the ability, and the ways to get there, you perform better when it matters most. Sports psychology shows this link very clearly. It's a positive cycle.
Coach Padalecki also mentions hope as key for sustained motivation, fighting off burnout.
Right, because your focus isn't just on the immediate struggle or the pressure, it's on the progress towards that future goal you believe in.
So you stay engaged, stay resilient, because you're anchored to that positive expectation.
And Coach P is really clear on this. Hope is not passive. It's not just wishful thinking or crossing your fingers.
It demands action.
It drives action. Defining goals, building that self-belief, planning pathways, these are all active steps. Hope is a mindset that fuels doing.
So let's make this really practical for everyone listening. Coach Padalecki essentially issues a challenge, right?
He does. It's about applying this right now. Step 1, what's your absolute top priority? Write that goal down. Make it concrete.
Okay, goal identified. Step 2.
Boost your agency. Think back to a time you succeeded at something tough, a real challenge you overcame. Reconnect with that feeling of competence that you did that.
Feel that strength again. And the final step.
Map out your pathways. What's your main strategy to reach that goal? And critically, what are at least 2 backup plans? What will you do if obstacles appear?
Having those alternatives ready builds that adaptability Coach P emphasizes.
It really does. And this isn't just theory, as Coach Ed Padalecki puts it. The future you want is built by the hope you actively cultivate and act on today.
So the big takeaway here seems to be, hope defined by those clear goals, strong agency, and flexible pathways isn't just some fleeting emotion, it's a critical skill.
A trainable skill for anyone serious about high performance.
Which leads to a final thought, building on Coach P's message.
Ask yourself this. How consciously are you using these 3 elements, clarity, agency, adaptability, every day? Seriously consider how consistently applying them might fundamentally change how you face challenges.
And ultimately what you truly expect to achieve in the future.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us. We hope this gives you some food for thought as you continue on your journey.